Stop. He's right. If you make a move, you won't be alive. Duo pulled out 2 axes from his waist. He struck at Wu Zhu dodged quickly with their keen sense of hearing. Even though Haitang's strength is above the 9th grade, but it's still far from being a great master. The axes in his hands are forcing Wu Zhu hard, but he was calm and unhurried. It was easy to cope with the situation. He quickly knocked him back to the shore with no effort at all. Master, I can't beat him. Go to Qing and kill Xian. Don't let him return to the capital. How can I leave? Anyone who isn't a grandmaster can leave the bitter river. I know that Wu Zhu is more powerful than a grandmaster, so he told Dodo to go to Qing to kill Xian. Wu Zhu didn't stop him. After he left, Wu Zhu jumped into the waterfall. Into the valley of the waterfall, they fought with Bitter River. The 2 masters are on fire. How fierce can they be? Even the 9th-ranked Haidang Duo can't get close to them. Fan Xian doesn't know the danger is coming. The convoy found a hotel to rest on the way. Wang Qinian told Fan Xian the truth about his conversation with Xian. Fan Xian was shocked. He concluded that within a day, Xian will kill Wang Qinian. At that moment, Xian was polishing a bead in his hand in his cell. Fan Xian pretended to change his medicine. He took the tablet from him. He revealed to his face that he wanted to kill Wang Qinian. It was used to kill Wang Qinian. Wang Qinian thought Xian's hands were tied. He didn't have a chance to kill him. But when Fan Xian showed him the bamboo tablet, Wang Qinian broke out in a cold sweat. But sir, I don't understand. Why would he want to kill me? You've seen Xian's life, right? They said he's cruel and vicious. In order to prevent leaks, he decided to travel from Sangzhou to the 7 Kingdoms. But the route Fan Xian had just decided on, Yan Shaoi wanted to avenge Li Yunrui's death. He didn't say a word. He led his men to Sangzhou to assassinate Fan Xian's men. Although he was warned that crossing the border is a serious offense, Yan Shaoi couldn't listen. He just told them, if he left, they'll be punished along with him. Their lives would be in danger. If they go with him, he'll make sure they're safe. They decided to go with Yan Shaoi to assassinate Fan Xian. At that moment, Fan Xian came to Sri Li's car. Sully saw that Fan Xian was tired. He was heartbroken. He offered to give Fan a massage. I'll give you a massage. Thank you, ma'am. Fan Xian is having his mistress give him a spa treatment. He's completely thrown his fiancé's agreement out the window. Sri also talked about some past events. From the first moment I saw Fan Xian, she was attracted to him, but Fan Xian turned around and revealed his plan. You little girl, I treated you like my own people. Now you're trying to hurt me? Fan Xian calmed her down. Sri finally lowered her weapon. She surrendered her life to Fan Xian. But on the other hand, Chen Pingping promised to send Blackie to keep him safe. But just as Fan Xian left the city, Chen Pingping ordered all black troop around Fan to be removed. What are you doing to Fan Xian? He's a smart man. I've spent a lot of time trying to convince him to trust me. Without Black's protection, Fan Xian's only fighting force is the men he's given to him. The best of them is an 8th grade Gauda, and the enemy he's facing, a 9th grade Northern Qi war god, and a 9th grade Northern Qi sage. Naturally, Fan Xian wouldn't just sit back and wait. He staged his own rescue. He created an opportunity for Xian to escape. Then he arranged for Wang Qinian to follow Xian at all times. Although Wang Qinian is not a great martial artist, but he's above the 9th rank in his lightness, he lured Xian to a steep mountain stream. Fan Xian, who was already in ambush, descended from the sky. But after years in prison, Xian's strength was already terrifying. He soon had Fan Xian on the ground, and at the same time, he pushed Fan Xian to his limits. He raised his strength to the 9th rank. In the Fan Xian's desperate fighting style, they were both injured. Then they Danzhou? I grew up in Danzhou. Xian learned that he grew up in Danzhou. But before Fan Xian could react, Haitang Duo stopped by with a fruit basket. Fan Xian thought she was here to save Xian. He threatened his life. But Duo Tong claimed he was also here to kill Xian. If you step forward, I'll kill him. Go ahead. Fan Xian, who just turned 9th grade, fought with Haidang Duo. They fought for dozens of rounds. He was clearly defeated. At the end, he used some second-rate tactics. Oh, right? This is for you. Fan Xian tossed the jade pendant to Haidang. The jade pendant gave off a mysterious message. Haitang was caught off guard. Fan Xian used this opportunity to attack again. He took out his double axes and returned fire. Seeing that he couldn't defeat him, he called a halt. He praised Haidang again. But while they were talking, a sharp sword came through the air. Haidang Duo chopped it off. It turned out that Yan Shaoi wanted to take advantage of Fan Xian's absence. He wanted to kill him for Li Yunrui. Fan Xian took Haidang and hid behind a rock. He wanted to divert Yan Shaoi's hatred to Haidang. Northern Qi's Holy Maiden, Haitang Duo Yin Tong Yang. Kill the Holy Maiden. It's a great chance to make the army famous. But just as Yan Xiaoi was about to make his second move, Shangshan Tiger arrived with a large group of men. Father, long time no see. One more step forward, great general. You'll have to wait for your father's death. All of the top 9th grade masters are gathered here. Fan Xian wanted to fight. but he didn't last a single round under the upper coral. He was beaten back, and then the fight was one-sided. Fan Stin couldn't defeat Xian at all. Just as he was about to kill, Xian suddenly stopped him. On the way back to Northern Qi, Tiger was stopped by Yin Xiaoyi and his men. He threatened that he had nothing to do with Tiger's rescue of Xian. He only wanted to kill Fan Xian, but Xian refused. The two sides are fighting. Xian Tiger told Xian to go north. He stopped Yin Xiaoyu, but just as he was escaping, Wu Baoquan, who had been chasing Fan Xian for a long time, suddenly appeared. He wanted to kill Fan Xian to avenge his father's death. Instead, he helped him cut the ropes. "Thank you, Mr. Gua. This is my sword. Wu sent me a knife, you thief." By now, Yin Xiaoyi had gotten away from the coral. He's already chased him here. He's going to take Fan Xian's head today. Fan Xian knew there was nothing he could do, so he called out to Haitang Duo. He hoped she could help. Yin Xiaoyi is the only drunken rival in the world. If we don't kill him now, the Northern Qi will suffer many casualties on the battlefield. Who can help? It's a matter of national justice. We mustn't give in. Poisoning won't work. But it's not poison. Then what is it? An aphrodisiac. Fan Xian knows he's no match for Haitang Duo. He lied and said he'd given him an aphrodisiac. It wasn't long before Haitang Duo's blood rushed to her feet. She blushed and her heart skipped a beat. "You'd better go now in order not to make a fool of myself. I had to retreat first." The guards of the mission also found Xian's trail. Wang Qinian had to explain to them Xian risked his life to bring him back. And he did it. He only wanted to hear his mother's story from Xian. Xiaoan reminded him to find more accomplices. Don't rely on Qin Pingping as your only source of support. Fan Xian thought about it for a while. He doesn't know what he means by that. But after Wang Qinian checked, there's no sign of the black pieces in 4 weeks. That means Qin Pingping didn't send black chests to protect him. While they were talking, Sly came down from the car. He also heard Fan Xian drug Haitang Duo. He couldn't help but sneer at him. "You're carrying aphrodisiacs with you. You really aren't a gentleman. May I ask, Lord Fan? I'm the only woman in this delegation. Who are you carrying this drug for?" "This is not what you think." Fan Xian was about to explain, but then a volley of bullets came his way. Sly defied the danger. Sri deflected an arrow for Fan Xian. Yin Xiaoyi missed. Xian carried Sri to the car. Luckily, Fan Xian is a skilled healer. "Take off her clothes." He quickly treated her wounds. But when Sri woke up, she asked who undressed her. Fan Xian became shy again. "Then why are you carrying drugs with you? That's not an aphrodisiac." "No, it's not." It wasn't long before Duo came to Fan Xian for the antidote. Fan Xian had time to explain. What she used wasn't an aphrodisiac. It's a drug to boost her metabolism. Wu knows that Haitang is not a murderer, but he can't disobey his orders. "I have to kill Xian." But Fan Xian is not someone to be trifled with. Finally, under his persuasion, Haitang decided not to kill Xian. And Fan Xian was out for so long. Gado was so anxious. He was afraid that something bad might happen to him. Wang Qinian understood this better than he did. This Northern Qi holy maiden is very powerful. They've turned enemies into friends. That's too fast, isn't it? It's amazing. With an adult's sense of celebration. They're probably eating fruit together. Xinzhong, he looks like a loyal and honest man. In fact, he's treacherous and smart. Because the next moment he's going to cut Xian's legs in public. Fan Xian was instantly flabbergasted, as Xinzhong dragged Xian like a dog. Then he realized why everyone told him to watch out for Xinzhong. And the sisters in the palace can't stand how he's so cruel to his own family. She said she'd report him to the Empress Dowager when she got back. Xinzhong looked serious, then killed her in the woods. Xinzhong wiped the blood off his hands. This kind of cunning is extraordinary. It made Fan Xian pay more attention to him. Then he called Fan Xian aside. He told him the purpose of his trip. Even the poison of the red sleeve strike on Sri's body. He knew about it. This made Fan Xian take a breath of cold air. He realized if he wanted to save Yin Bingyun, he must find a way to get rid of Xinzhong. "All my missions to the North Pole, Xinzhong has guessed everything. It's a true story." Fan Xian was still pondering how to deal with Xinzhong. Suddenly, a man in black broke into the Arctic camp. His purpose was to assassinate Xian, but he fell into Xian's trap. In order not to reveal his identity, he had to hide in the Qing camp. "There's no one in the tent behind me. Who else could it be?" The saintly woman who got emotional. Fan Xian guessed that the man in black was Duotang. Xinzhong came after her. Fan Xian was trying to escape. He claimed the assassin was in his tent. He purposely opened the curtain to let him in to search. Xinzhong was afraid that he was an envoy. Fan Xian ate groundnuts with him. During the conversation, Fan Xian learned that the Emperor and Empress of Northern Qi were fighting over military power. He was a general in name only. In reality, he only had 100 soldiers with him. In fact, he was promoted and demoted. He was stripped of his military power, and he treated Xian this way so that he can ask him for his secret. "We're almost at the capital. Lord Fan, don't make this difficult for me. Here you go. Enjoy it. Haitang Duo heard them from inside the tent. The court of Northern Qi is in chaos. Fanstin and Duo Haitang have formed an alliance to disrupt the Northern Qi government, so he could free Yin Bingyun. But when they arrived at the gate, Shangshan Tiger guarded the gate. I want to see him. Who does the general want to see? My righteous father? Who is the general's righteous father? Shan, you're really different from the general's son. Where is he? He's here. Open the cage in front of the tiger. He admitted that he ruined Shan's legs. Tiger was so angry, but in front of the capital, he could not do anything about it. Give me the man. I'm afraid I can't. How dare you disobey? General, you don't know. His Majesty and the Empress Dowager of Northern Qi have ordered me to imprison Xian. They want me to lock up Xian in the Qing Yu. I can't disobey an order.